Hashem, today's Amud is Daf Chav Amud Beis. We'll be finishing Torah Daled and we'll be starting Torah Tes Vav. Nosson writes at the end of Torah Daled that when the Rebbe said over Torah Daled, he touched it into the Maimer Chazal Ein Maspidim B'Chanukah, but he didn't remember what the Rebbe said. But he has a chiddush. The idea of Hesped, Nosson writes, is to bring back that kavod which was lost when we lost a tzaddik. A tzaddik is a matzdik as a rabbim. He brings people back to people on the outside of kedusha. He brings them into kedusha. Makes bali tshuva and gerim, which is that that's the main kavod Hashem. The main kavod Hashem is to bring people from the outside and to the inside. And we said that's in Chanukah. V'ha'ara ta'ira mechvoday. The which is the of kavod, the of bringing people back and bringing people inside, that's the of Chanukah, which the of Chanukah is from the time of Yitzias HaKechavim. That's Matzdika Rabim Kechavim. Memela, we have already in Chanukah that of being machzor people b'tshuva. Memela, there's no reason to be maspit on Chanukah because we already have that of Chanukah. That's what's brought down in Chazal, the Shaila, if a hesped is a kavod for the living or for the one who's nifter. So that's the Nosson says weiter. That's lifnei kavod anava. That anava comes before kavod because they say the way we're zeichet to this kavod is by learning Torah. And davke Torah in of anava of shiftless. The person's mashma himself in front of people greater than himself, people less than himself, and people who are his level, and even connected himself if he needs to. Now, and the way, because the only way zeichet to kavod of being mechabed Hashem by bringing people b'tshuva is through Torah learned be'anava. So the Nosson fears that there are 5 inyanim in this Torah. The hachzer kavod liyira. Though we said being mala kavod by being machzor people b'tshuva, and that brings yira. Yira, it goes into the leiv, and that brings shalom. And there's two sides of shalom. Shalom klali and shalom prati. Shalom prati is a person that has shalom himself. He's able to bring all his gashmias and ruchnias shouldn't be chaylik on each other. He's able to bring his gashmias into his ruchnias. He's able to daven for everything. Even when he has to daven for gashmias, he keeps in mind his ruchnias. And also that makes shalom in the world between other people. And the last thing is that Nosson brings down in Taitzi Yakar Mezail, the machzor people b'tshuva, that's a tikkun of keri because Yakar is Isias keri. Now we're up to Torah Tes Vav. Vatam Tili Mamlechas Kehanim. Nosson says somebody who wants to be Toyim the Or Hagonas, which are Sodas Torah, which would be Niskal Aslavai. You have to be Mala Yira to the Shorish. Torah Yudal, we spoke about being Mala the Kavod to the Shorish, which is Yira. And now we're talking about being Mala Yira to the Shorish. Now the Rebbe says, how are you Mala Yira to the Shorish? Through Mishpat. What does that mean? Yira always has to do with Din and Gvuros and Mishpat. Melech Mishpat Yamid Aretz. And Eretz is Yira. Eretz Yira, there's a pasuk, which means to say like this, that really a person has to make a cheshvan nefesh, which means he has to make a mishpat on himself, on everything. Yichalkel davar b'mishpat. A person should be able to go in his life and make a cheshvan nefesh and make a mishpat on his life, to judge himself. What am I doing right, and what am I not doing right, and what do I need to, and what do I need to fix? Now, when a person does that, he's mala yiras. What does that mean? That really everything in this world that causes me to be scared and afraid. I have things going on in my life which scare me and worry me, and I'm afraid. The reason why Hashem puts them in my life is because my yira is less. It's a yarad. I allow myself to be worried about this world and to be scared of things in this world. Why? Im ein din lamata yesh din lamala. Im ein din yesh din lamata ein din lamala. Though a person takes care of his own din and he makes mishpat on himself, and he judges himself, then Hashem doesn't have to send him judgments. Hashem doesn't have to send a yira. When a person brings yira upon himself, which means instead of worrying what's going to go on in this world, I look at my own life and I see what needs to be fixed, which means I take the yira into my own hands. I take the mishpat into my own life by myself. I take the din and I'm done myself. So then Hashem doesn't have to send me a yira in order to be ma'ir me. I'm already ma'ir myself. So the Rebbe brings down that the more a person takes care to be mishpat himself, and then the more he realizes that all the things which are scaring him or worrying him only come to him because Hashem wants to ma'ir him that he should start making cheshbon nefesh and start working on himself. And Memela, a person loses those worries. Those worries go away because he's mala those worries and those things which he's afraid of to shorish, which is really being afraid of Hashem and yiras Hashem. And the shorish of yir is das, and it's brought down as tov in yiras Hashem, das lekim timtza, and ikar das is in a leiv, but nasan lechem leiv ladas, and also the main place of yir is in leiv. So when a person is mala yira, then he's zeichet to das. When a person comes to das, then he's zeichet to hasagas haTorah. And the chachma shechanti arma, that the Torah is found by a bar das, in ways that the Kadosh Baruch Hu yov chachmas lechakimin. The more a person puts himself into makom of mishpat, then the more he's zeichet to yira. The more a person is zeichet to yira, he's zeichet to das. And through das, he's zeichet to Torah. Now, there's two bechinas in Torah. There's Torah shebenigla and Torah shebenister. Now, Torah shebenister, really, the real Torah shebenister will only be zeichet to lasad lava there. But it says, when a person can have a tam of this, a Torah shebenister in this world, through tefillah b'mesiras nefesh. What does that mean? Torah shebenigla is akin to Har Sinai. It's a bechin of Har Sinai. Chazal say that Sinai va'oker harim, then Heiminai adif, Sinai adif. Why? Because I called tzich l'mar chetaya. Because Chazal say someone who's a baki and someone's a oiker harim, it's more important to be a baki because the person needs to have everything. And also, if Sinai is it's a shafal. The reason why the Torah was given on Har Sinai is because it was shafal. So you see, so Torah shebeniggla is something which everyone needs. Sinai, a shiftless, which comes about from Torah shebenigla, is something which everyone needs, but Kabbalah not a lot of people need. So Sinai is shiftless because Hashem chose Har Sinai to give the Torah. That's why the Torah shebenigla, Bekiyas and Torah shebenigla is the in of shiftless, and that in of shiftless is in of leiv nishbar, and shiftless, and when a person davens with shiftless, which is and shiftless and anivus, it's any of ein gvul, of being mevatel myself. Kozman that I myself, then I have my own gvul. But when of shiftless and anivus is any of ein gvul, mamela a person could be masig Torah shel asid, because Torah shel asid is something which is something which is not gvul. The more a person is in the gvulos, in the gvul of gashmias, he can't be masig the Torah shebenister, but more through Torah shebenigla, the person zeichet to anivus and shiftless, then you're zeichet to be able to daven, and your tefillah is banav shiftless, and through that you're zeichet to Torah shebenister. Now the Rebbe teaches the Maamar Bechana, which we already learned at Torah Gimel, that he said, the Rebbe Bechana says, I saw a frog that was as big as the city of Agronia, which was the city of Agronia itself. How big was it? It was 60 houses. That's a Gemara asking, and the Rebbe kind of answers. The Rashbam explains. And a snake came and swallowed this frog, and a raven came and swallowed the snake. Then the raven went and sat in a tree. And Tochazi comes here. Rebbe kind of says the strength of this tree. Rabbi Shmuel says, if I wouldn't have been there, I wouldn't have believed it. So Rashbam says is a tzipor dea, a tzfardea. A frog is any of das. Why? Tzipor dea is das. And tzipor is yira. Why? Because b'kaf haaretz mishmanu, bird has wings. like a knaf, like a kanaf. Because aretz we said is the idea of yira, and Klaus could be Ela is Isis Kim, and it was daima to the city of Hagrania. Hagrania is Krab Garin, same way we looked at Torah Gimel. And this is in Taisha Menigla, that person calls out the Maitziam Bepeh. The way we learn Torah is Bepeh, like we've been talking in the last few Torahs. That through being Mala, the Yira, to Das, Zeichet Taisha Menigla. It's Hashem tomorrow will be Mamshech.